Hello everyone, Dragon Souls here, and welcome to you can call it pro tip, you can call it tip, but you can call it a tip, tips on how to beat this boss. I call it a pro tip, okay, of how to beat this, how to finally beat this boss. To those who are having problems with it, or people who hasn't got this game yet, but are going to get this game, like for example, the Redneck Nation robbers. These tips are for you. Okay, these tips are for you, for all y'all only. Okay. Now, how to beat this final boss, okay? First of all, they say, you have to stay calm, you have to stay cool, you have to stay relaxed, you have to stay focused, and you have to stay, you had to have patience with this boss. Okay, that it takes all of that. Okay, getting this final boss here takes all of it. Okay. Now I will say this: this boss requires not to sit here and jump like Mario. Okay, you cannot. And I repeat, you cannot jump around like a jelly bean, like a jumping bean. You can't jump around like Super Mario or anything like that. That's not the way to do it. Okay. And yes, if you do not know how to lock on to your enemies, you really need to practice on that more, because you have to sit here and aim the camera at the enemy and lock on to the enemy at all time. That way you can, especially like you're seeing here, you have to sit here and you have to run. The mainly thing to do is you have to run around. You have to run around and you have to find an opening. When you find an opening, when you find the opening, that's when you strike him. I don't care how you strike him. I don't care how you're fighting him. Do yourself a favor. You can sit here. You can go off and you can, for example, go to other people's videos like mine or anybody other people's videos on YouTube to see how you beat this guy. Okay. But here's a little tip to tell you, okay? What other people do like me, do not do what I do or anybody else do to beat this boss, okay? You have to sit here. You may die several times, okay? You may die several fucking times on this boss, okay? But here's what you do, okay? Here's what you do. You sit here, you learn all three phases of this final boss here. You learn, you sit here and you watch his fight. You watch his fights. You learn from his fights, his attacks. You learn his attacks and learn what he does. Once you're okay, and then once you master it and you say, okay, I know what he's gonna do, I know how to beat him, you know. Now here comes this, okay? What are you going to attack him with? How are you going to beat him with? Well, that is up to you, okay? You can use whatever you want. You can use your other weapons to fight him. You can use the mortal blade on him to beat him, just like I did. You can do whatever you want. You can parry him if you want to. If you're good at parrying, you can parry him. You can counter him if you're good at that as well. But most importantly, preserve your healing gourds. Do not use your healing gourds. Do not use your healing gourds up really fast. Make sure you do not get hit by him all the time. Because if you go off, and you get hit by him, and the more you go off and you use your healing gourds, your healing gourds, you are not to use you can use your healing gourds to heal yourself, but make sure you don't use it up like it's coming out of the freaking faucet. You need to make sure you do not get hit by his attacks whatsoever. Do not get hit multiple times with his attacks, or else because if you do get hit by his attacks and you use all your healing gourds, you may be able to have other healing items in your inventory that you can equip into your quick items. But here's the thing is, it's not they're not permanent though. You can't keep using them because you're going to wind up eventually using them up, and then you're not going to have them no more, and then you're going to be totally fucked, and you're not going to be able to beat this boss because every time you keep coming to this boss, you can't fight and you can't heal. You eventually run out of healing gourds, and you're not gonna be able to heal anymore, and that's gonna screw you over big time. Now, as for the things that if you already used all them 3 balls that's on it's on top of your health, if you use them up and it has a black mark on it, saying you can't use it no more, and you've already used all them other things up, you won't be able to revive anymore, and you're going to have to redo this boss all over again because you messed up on using the healing gourds instead of using them wisely. Okay. Also, another pro tip is the attack power. Okay, some people goes off and fights him with their attack power in the teens, like 13, 14, 15, something like so like that. Okay, I have seen people. The best way to beat him is by sitting here grinding to get your attack power up to level 30. That is the recommended level to actually beat him at. Okay. Now, some people, like I said before in my videos, some people use the cheat mode, known as Save Wizard for PS4 on their PC, and therefore you can knock your attack power up to level 30, level 40, level 60 or higher than that, within one day. And that is what you call cheating. And I strongly recommend you do not cheat in this game. Do not do any cheats like that whatsoever, because there's a person on YouTube, a YouTuber said there and said Don't cheat. Don't do any cheats in the game whatsoever. Beat him normally, like me and everybody else have, and you will get the feeling of satisfaction. You'll be feeling like you'll be rewarded. You'll feel good about yourself, you know, and it'll feel like you actually accomplished something, you know, and you will feel good about it. If you do cheat codes to cheat in this game, you will not get that satisfaction whatsoever, and you're gonna feel bad about it, you know, seriously. So whatever you do, don't do none of that. Just sit here and do it and don't do it the right way, and don't cheat at all. Okay, and that is my pro tip, everyone, of how to beat him. You had to stay calm, you had to stay cool, you had to stay relaxed, focus. Don't worry about anything in the background. Don't worry about your animals. Don't worry about your husband. Don't worry about any. Don't let nothing in the background distract you. Okay? If you do, and if you have somebody in your party chat, do not have anybody in your party chat, because they can distract you, even though they don't mean to. They can distract you, and you can really easily get fucked up, and then you'll have to redo this boss all over again, and you'll never be able to do it. So do yourself a favor. If you have somebody in your party chat, tell them that you gotta go, so that way you can actually get this done. Okay? And no offense to anybody who was in the party chat with me that day when I was trying to beat this final boss of the game. Okay? No offense to them at all. They're not in trouble at all. But yes, you had to stay focused on this game. You had to stay relaxed, and all that. You had to stay relaxed and all that good stuff. And this is the only way to everything I was talking about in this video is how you beat him. This is how you actually beat him, okay? Thank you all for watching. And like I said, when you fight this boss, make total sure that you sit here and you learn his fighting moves, and you sit here, and it may take you multiple times, but make sure you don't sit here and try to do how anybody else does it. You do it. You try to figure out your own strategy of how to beat this guy. That's the only way to do it. And make sure, most importantly, recommended level to beat him is at level 30. Okay, you have to be at level 30, or else you're gonna get your ass handed to you a lot. You're gonna throw your fucking controller. You're gonna snap your controller in half. You're gonna get aggravated. You're gonna get really pissed off. So, level 30 on the attack power is the best way to go. Thank you all for watching. I hope this helps you out in the future when you get to this boss, final boss. And Redneck Nation Robbers, I wish you good luck on this boss as well. And I will be here for you on when that day comes. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and share, and turn on all notifications.